Yo, 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 man. What's goody? The Coleman Cowboy back at it again. Yo, been working like a dog, man. As you can see, I'm right from work, right back to you. Um, let's just be real, man. That was a great game. Great game. Starting off first, man, I want to say I'm excited. I'm happy about how my boys played. Defensively, I'm very happy. I feel that we truly can take games over, no matter who the team is, truly and honestly, when my defense plays the way they play. So with that being said, just kind of looking at things today, kind of going over some of the stat lines, looking at things individually, and this will be real quick, man. As I do work like 14 hours a day. So I'm trying to, be respectful to my mind, body, and soul at the same time. But nevertheless, man, congratulations, man, to us, the one and only Dallas Cowboys. We stood on boys, baby. I feel good. We got a good game that we about to head into, going into these Niners, man. And I do feel like it will be a hell of a game. As long as my offense can kind of stay moving the ball like they have been, and the defense comes out playing the way they've been playing, we'll be okay. As long as we don't have a repeat of the Cardinals game, as long as we don't come out there dry like the Cardinals game, as long as we don't fluke like the Cardinals game. So hopefully that Cardinals situation was, there and it's done, and we can leave it in the past, kind of look back at it at the end of the season and laugh at it. That's the goal. But we're not going to jump into the 49ers just yet. Like I said, I want to make that a different video separately from this. Today, on this Monday, we're going to praise DC. DC for life, baby. We in here, Dallas Nation. Let's get it, man. Obviously, man, great game. 3, New England, 38, Dallas. And looking at things, there's some things you can still be worried about on the offense side of the ball. But one thing I will say is Dak is moving the ball efficiently. I like the way, things are starting to move out. The offense, I feel like, kind of came in to kind of show, we're still here. Don't take us out. Don't discount us on any type of level. So I am happy, and I feel like we're going to be okay. There's things that I seen during that game that I was just kind of like, why? But, hey, it's okay. At the end of the game, it planned out, and it worked just fine. I would definitely like to see some bigger ball action going on, more of our explosive plays taking place. It's been more of just efficient moving, short things here, kind of medium things there. I do want to see some better deep things happening. Speaking on offense, speaking about receivers and whatnot, let's start there. Why not? So I'm going to actually share the stats on this as well, so you can see right along with me. This is pretty much the outlook of the game, and I don't really care about the bet graph because I'm not betting on much. I don't care to bet. I don't like to play with my money. But looking at the game, overall picture of things, you go, yeah, we definitely won it, especially on the offensive side of the ball. First downs, New England had 10. Dallas had 22. Looking at the rushing yards, I feel like the rushing attack wasn't as efficient as I would have liked it to be. But I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? All in this time, if you will, I guess. Passing yards, man, Dak, I feel like, did pretty solid. And if we kind of move down to the player stats real quick, look at Dak, man. He went 28 for 34, which is freaking awesome. It's great. You really can't be upset about it. Would you like to see more yards? Would you like to see more touchdowns? I don't know. That's y'all. I'm cool with the way the game played out. I'm not going to sit here and chastise Dak Prescott over big numbers that I'm not looking at. We played solid. His completion rate was beautiful. His completion rate was solid. No INTs. That's the big thing. So, we got one on the year. Cool. We'll take that one gladly. I mean, Hurts threw 2 during his game on Monday night. So we'll take this gladly, man. I'm looking at the running, and obviously we can't ignore the elephant in the room that Rico Dow is suffering once yet again a hip problem, a hip injury, and I wish nothing but the best. With that situation, though, guys, we probably will see Malik Davis be moved up from practice squad. Um, it's not a downer situation. He is a second string back. The more of this thing is the fact is we do good putting Rico Dowell in there to kind of chip off and give some breathing room towards our number one Tony Pollard, which I do like how that was playing out and setting up. And I thought it was smooth, and I love the way Rico has come in and played for us. So we're gonna hope the best for that injury and pray that things, probably smooth itself out and that he's not out for a long period. But with that injury, yeah, there will be more than likely a practice squad move up, and we all know that's going to be Malik Davis. When I'm looking at these stats, obviously on the paper, I do want to see production from Deuce Vaughn and the little times that he does get that production. And looking at the charts and the stats, yeah, it don't look too nice. But I will say this: I don't feel like Deuce Vaughn was put in the game and used to his abilities or talents, if you will. I mean, his rushes went like pretty much straight up the middle, and I was just kind of like, huh, you know what I mean? But it's cool. Maybe with this injury, we'll see a better use for Deuce Vaughn, and maybe some packages made for Deuce Vaughn, and I would like to see that. Moving down on to looking at Lupkin. I love this guy. This is somebody that I'm rooting for, somebody that I expect big things from. He, in my opinion, is a sleeper back right now. From what I've seen from preseason, he's a sleeper back. I'm glad we kept him. I was ecstatic about that one. Us having him on his team provides so much in a variety of different ways. I mean, when you look at his ability to be able to block for you, his ability to be able to play a fullback for you, but also be able to move and play a great halfback. You can use him for red zone, which I feel like, yeah, you probably should do that a lot more often. I think he can be great. He can also catch. He can be an asset in the pass game. So that's why my mindset on Hunter is just so up there. So I'm thinking, and I'm pretty sure that we more than likely will see a lot more Hunter during San Fran. And I'm with it. I'm down to see it. I'm hoping for the best for him. Jumping down to these receivers, because I don't want to spend too much time on backs. Because like I said, we didn't – I don't feel like we just went crazy with our running back and our run game that game. I feel like we did really good spreading the ball around. Dak actually provided that ball to multiple players in the passing lane of things. The one that stands out to me that I was proud about was Jake Ferguson. And why? Fact is, man, Jake Ferguson was one of those. That is horrible. Let's get that fixed. Jake Ferguson is one of those that I felt like initially was going to be a great player. Was going to be an athletic player. But then he had this period of having drops just like Hendershot did. We got to see Schoonmaker. He came in and did his infamous drop in the end zone, which I felt like was a beautiful ball from Dak Prescott. But it's okay. It's all right. I hope we clean that up because, I mean, you being a second-round pick, my guy, you're going to need to perform on those specific type of plays like that. It was there for him, and I just think he couldn't come down with it the way he needed to come down with it. But you're a pro, so let's get that flowing. I'm not out on him. I still have great hopes with it. But Jake Ferguson definitely has stepped up. And I honestly feel like it started last week. But Sunday, man, Jake Ferguson gave you tight end numbers that you cannot complain about at all. 7 targets, 7 receptions with 0 drops for 77 yards. He's like the lucky 7 right now. You feel me? Because all I see is 7s across the board. So, I mean, that's great, giving him a great average, man. I see 11 on average. So, I'm cool with it. He had a long for 21. So, great come up. Another receiver that I'm so happy about, receiver / tight end, whatever, is Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup was very, very, very quiet in, like, the first 2 games, I feel like. And it was a big What type of Mike are we getting, man? Are we getting Michael Gallup that we've been kind of seeing the last few years? Or are we getting this finally you're back in action? Michael Gallup been looking pretty damn good. And this is good, guys. Like, listen. Before this type of reduction coming in from our offense, I truly feel like you didn't have anybody to worry about much but good old CeeDee Lamb. And I think CD had a pretty decent game. More of a quiet one, but a pretty decent game nevertheless. Still had a beautiful long for 20. But the longest pass definitely went to Michael Gallup. And Michael Gallup just do Michael Gallup type things. Michael Gallup comes in the game and makes these weird catches. He's a freak athlete, in my opinion. So it's good to see him getting back to himself. I like that we got the ball to Brandon Cooks more this game. Not as much, but a lot more. And when you look at the overall of this, man, all you see and what you can notice is that a lot of people were implemented in getting the ball. And I think we're going to advance on that as offense. At least we hope so. The big goal for me, my big dream for San Fran is just to get our starting 5 O-line back together for, like, at least once, you know? Like, 'cause, like, we really ain't had them play together. Somebody always out. It's always some type of substitution. And Lord have mercy, we had a game where it was 3 of them out. So it was good to kind of see those returns. We're going to keep an eye on Zach Martin. I do feel like Zach's going to be okay. As well as keeping an eye on Michael Parsons. He kind of had a little ankle tweak. But he was able to obviously come back in because that's Michael Parsons, man. You're not going to stop the shine on that one. But we ain't going to overjump. We're going to go ahead and step over, hold ourselves to the side and talk about my boy Tolbert. So 2 things I want to talk about Tolbert is I'm proud of him. That second leap, that leap was real. He's been able to come in. He catches everything going his way. And he makes you happy. Not only that, I got to see a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful special team play where Jalen Tolbert was the one to get down there and shut that down. And that was beautiful, man, just that speed. So it's just nice to have Tolbert be able to be out there mixed in with your group. You got speed. You got a balanced group now. And it's looking good. And I feel like we're going to be able to capitalize on things. Hopefully the coaching staff does what a coaching staff is supposed to do. Look at film, come back, evaluate, and kind of go with the things that were very successful. The whole special team aspect of that whole game for me was superior. It was dominant. It was an alpha type of special team all across the board. Why am I giving special teams so much heat and praise right now? Because that fake that took place on special teams for the extra point was nasty. Straight nasty. Straight unexpected. Even as a Cowboy fan, just unexpected. So if it was unexpected for me, I know it was unexpected for the world. If it was unexpected for us as Cowboy fans, I know it was unexpected for the world. I know it was unexpected for the team. I wouldn't get too crazy with it. Like, I wouldn't be trying to come into San Fran and trying to do something like that again. Maybe if it's like, But I just feel like it's going to be kind of expected now that we just did. But that was dope. It was smooth and it was great. Special teams been looking solid to me. Not only that, man, our kicker. Woof, I'm proud. We came into the season really worried about the kicking position. Man, Aubrey has showed that he's that dog. He is him. So that's that on my receivers, man. Turpin came in. He did some Turpin things. And I think we're getting them more involved. There was a really tiny short pass to Deuce Vaughn towards the end of the game, obviously. And that's all cool. That's okay. But Dak has been able to utilize that throwing really well. I just want us to kind of push it further and get some more better plays schemed up to where it's not all this quick. I understand it's West Coast, but, man, hey, even the West Coast offense need, deep balls and deep plays. I feel like we're playing a lot more conservative, and I feel like that also has an impact into the red zone. I ain't even going to stunt with you. But we need to do more things that are more efficient, more sure for the red zone. That's my take on the offense with that. Moving down to my good old defense, man. DaRon Bland came through once again. 2 interceptions, 64-yarder. My God, this boy, man, on defense looking like he playing offense, basically. One of them was a pick 6. We are looking really solid on defense. If we can just capitalize on what we do, I knew he was gonna come in hungry. Knew he was gonna come in angry. I knew he was gonna make sure that we try to stop the run game. I did not think or transpire to believe that we was gonna take off like that, man. But we took off. Vandy with a fumble recovery. I got Vandy's my dog. I got nothing but aspiration for him to just stay here and keep doing him. I do think Vanderish is an underrated linebacker. Period, man. People sleep on him, and that's good. But he has picked up a lot more responsibility this year. I feel like even with some pass rushing, not a lot, but he's done some pass rushing. I remember during the OTAs preseason, not preseason. I'm sorry, OTAs and offseason. He was working on that, and I'm glad we're not abusing that because there's no need to. Also, with the linebacker position, you have to keep in mind our safeties have to get a lot of respect. Marquise Bell didn't have just like a crazy game, but he was there where he needed to be, forcing things. Malik Hooker, when you think about Jerron Curse, a lot of times, guys, we have our safeties coming in playing in a box. And I've said this before on there. So one of the things I was asked about, are you going to speak about how thin we are at linebacker? And I was just like, no. Because, there's no reason to. Bro, we're going to always bring in that. We're going to have a safety that's going to play the ball. That's Dan Quinn. If you don't realize what Dan Quinn about, man, hey, get it clear. Your safety going to be a Hybrid. Our safeties are Hybrid safeties. With having them Hybrid safeties, sometimes crap happens in the passing lane, and that's okay. But you get these safeties that can come in and literally be an extra linebacker, and it helps with the run game. And speaking of the run game, let's go ahead and give respect to my boy, Jonathan Hankins. Because, honestly, without Jonathan right now, guys, we would be getting thrashed by offenses in the run game. Jonathan also Digizua, man, these guys are doing really great, in my opinion. Clark, I think, had a way better game because he's, in my opinion, has been a little quiet, not a bunch of tackles for loss or nothing flashy. But this game I feel like was a really, really great game for him, in my opinion. Stats are not off the wall again. But when you're playing solid and everybody's active, the stats are going to be shared. Really thinking about one thing is the good old Tank, man. Tank has been doing good this year. Sometimes we feel like he's quiet because the sack numbers ain't popping off the wall. But, he's a run-stop god, and I really do feel like, I wouldn't say it's underrated because teams is aware. But, I just love the fact that he still can be active and still can put up a great force to help with your run, with your run stopping. Mixing that in with the dislikes on the defense, on the run game, is I don't see a lot of Mozzie. So Mozzie Smith, I didn't see a lot of. I feel like he got about 10, 12 snaps. And I don't know. Maybe after last game, Dan was just kind of like he wants to go with what he knows. I'm not sure. And like I said, Hankins been having such a solid games, and has been playing pretty solid outside of obviously the Cardinals, because ain't nobody on defense plays solid with the Cardinals in my opinion. But stats-wise on defense, man, we're looking good. Mindset on defense is pretty simple. We need to keep that going. We have to have that same energy. We got to keep that mindset. We can't get over buck-headed with things. We can't be big-headed, but we're going to have to keep that same energy. Because San Fran going to give us the run for that money. It's going to be a true test. Win or lose a game, I ain't tripping. For me, I want to see how we transition. I want to see how we move. When I think about last year, when I think about that freaking game, I feel like it was a game we should have won. I feel like my defense did a pretty damn solid job. Honestly, with stopping them from just tearing us up like everybody just acted like was going to take place. I feel like we do have a great team. I feel like my defense can be the best defense literally in the NFL. We are still what it is. We are leading in takeaways. And if I ain't mistaken, I'm pretty sure we got it in defensive points at this point too. The defense has accumulated quite a bit of points. When you think about New York, when you think about just last night, Like your defense comes through and plays stout. I feel like when my defense is not on point, somehow, some way, that actually reflects and goes through the whole damn team. Because when my defense can't get it together, the offense just ain't nowhere to be found in a sense. Um, when we've lost, it's our defense wasn't doing great. I mean, that's just facts, yo. Like when we really lose, when they beat them like what the hell type games, the defense be the first to get in there. I'm sorry, y'all. To get into that period of lack, and it's just like what. And it's sad because we get into a point where we just kind of like, who are you looking at? Like, who are we looking at? Like, this is not our defense, and we just be thrashing ourselves. When that takes place, I feel like somehow, some way, our freaking offense just follows suits. It just follows suits, and it's hard to pick yourself up from that. If we go into San Francisco with that type of energy of how we just went in here to the Patriots, because people was talking mad crap at work. Lord, at my job, man, it's all day long. I go to work 5 in the morning. I'm walking in to the office before getting out somewhere, and I gotta hear about my Cowboys, and they let me have it during the Cardinals game. You know, I came to work today. I ain't hear nothing. Nothing at all. About midway through the day, the same people that was talking trash about my boys, hey, Coleman, how about them Cowboys, boy? Nah, man. Nah, look. Haters gonna hate. We can't pay attention to it. I feel like we got the best defense in the NFL. Are we gonna go to the Super Bowl? I always tell people I'm not that type of fan, yo. I'm that fan that's gonna support my boys and rock with them win or lose. I'm that fan that's gonna look at things week by week. I'm that fan that's gonna try to dissect why. And damn it, I'm tired of trying to find out why it's always the same result with San Fran. I feel like this year, if any year, will be the year that we actually take that over and change that, make that something different. You feel me? And I do think naturally, with the way our defense is playing, with that kind of, it's like we get like, it's almost like it was supposed to happen. You feel me? Like maybe the Cardinals was good. Maybe that was a good thing. Maybe if we beat the Cardinals and then went and beat the Pats, maybe we would have kind of came into San Fran a little too big headed. So now I feel like we're on guard. I feel like Dan Quinn hungry, angry, upset, and I feel like the media ain't gonna do nothing but help the situation. Like I do feel like the media will help add on and keep that energy. But my biggest thought process really lies over to the offense. And when you're looking at the offense, when you look at people like Chuma, like I need Tyron back in the game. Not only do I need Tyron Smith back, I can't really dig into the past of things that ain't been dealt with. Like the whole fact that, like, why don't we have a tackle to be there for this particular situation when we know that this particular situation is going to be something that we will have to deal with every year as long as Tyron's here. Like, yeah, I respect Tyron. Yeah, I love Tyron. Yeah, I know Tyron is a dog. But he also ain't going to give me a full season. So, what's going on with that, man? And that's what makes certain things like seeing Luke Schoolmaker drop stuff drop passes in a that's a touchdown, like clear touchdown, beautiful pass thrown by Dak Prescott, and all that does is make you go down. If we can get those little, I think we got like little bitty problems, little bitty unsurenesses, little bitty problems in confidence is what I really think we deal with sometimes. And we're going to have to get that personal crap under control. Seriously. If we can lock in, we'll be good. But the way they played against the Patriots, I don't see why we can't be successful. Because all we can do from this point is really elevate. And yeah, obviously we can get worse. But if we work on elevating and making the best and actually making things stick that work, I think we'll be better. If we're not sitting constantly doing the same crap. One thing I can say is I don't feel like we're attempting the same crap. And that's a good thing. When you look at the offense, it's more of like, why we do that? That didn't work. Why are we constantly running screens and wooty wooty. Like, but I feel like there have been a better period of Dak and Mike McCarthy and O'Brien switching things up. I seen that this week and I enjoyed it. Now, what I noticed about the Cardinals game, it was just kind of like a lack of creativity with the offense. And I do truly feel like that has a lot to do with the whole potential knowing of the loss of offensive linemen. Like, we didn't know all those guys was going to, but like the Cowboys knew. So, like, I think they took a lot off the playbook. They dimmed out the playbook. And, like, we can't be doing crap like that, bro. Like, we gonna have to know how we gonna have to run things before things happen. Because if you know that you don't have a line in set, or you know you got weak spots on your line, that's stuff that should have been prepared for before the season started. Why are you ignoring it? Like, we'll deal with it when we get there, and that makes for games like the Cardinals. And like I said, I think we played off as a unit. But when we come together as a unit, we can be dangerous. Look at the stats, man. Like, and my thing is, I know Dak, in the offense didn't score as many points as we felt like they could. Like, they definitely left points on the board. Like, there's no question about it. I'm not even arguing that situation. But what I am saying is, I ain't tripping because he still went 28 for 34. He still gave me 261 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Yeah, I would like 2-3 more touchdowns. Cool, bro. But, like, if playing conservative and letting your defense eat is what's working for you, cool. Just work on helping your defense out more. Work on doing what you're doing, but scheming up new big plays. I want to see a little bit more deep balls going. And I think we'll be okay. When I look at stuff, there's no true passes that actually went too deep. I mean, like, our deepest pass was 29 yards. And that's also after the catch yardage too, rack yards. So I just want to see more explosive crap. That's it, man. I mean, the approving points is both on defense and offense, but I'm not complaining. You feel me? Like, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable as I can be right now, but I do feel like, hey, Sunday we about to get tested. And we'll keep an eye out on the injuries and what's going on in practice. I hope we don't practice too hard. I do hope we prepare ourselves really well, but I hope we don't go out and practice. I mean, because, hell, the last time I seen or heard about practicing on a Thursday and this and that, like, we lost, like, 3 freaking players. So, like, McCarthy, let's be smooth. Let's be smart. I don't want to be at work and get a message about this new end. Like, last week was hell. I mean, Lord, it was hell. But I do have a good feeling in my heart, in my soul, or maybe that's just my love for DC. But it's DC for life for me, man. I am going to do some research on just pretty much all the player stats right now in the season, and do some research on the 49ers as well. What I do feel like is we did pretty well holding the 49ers last year, despite us losing a game. It's cool. It's old, it's past, and we're trying to change that narrative. But besides us losing a game, I feel like defensively we were playing a pretty solid damn game. I just feel like the offense just cannot click. And when I look at the weapons that we bestow on offense, I mean, I think all these guys can have more touches, more yards, more touchdowns in any given game, any given play. You look at Jake Ferguson, Michael Gallup, Jalen Tolbert, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Tony Pollard, even Turpin and Deuce, man. These guys are proven to be great. And Turpin had a damn good rush. Let me see. I know he rushed for like almost 50 yards. He had like a 50-yard. Hold on. 56 yards. So it's good to know that McCarthy, I don't really know how the hell they really calling these plays right now. I just think it's kind of like a trust understanding type situation. So I'll just say them all 3 of them. Mike McCarthy, Brian, and Dak. I mean, they're getting together and they're scheming up right now. I just need y'all scheme just a little bit bigger, But I am satisfied. I don't want people to get it twisted. I am okay right now, but I know that to make that deep stretch, we're gonna have to do better with the play scheming. Hopefully, we'll see how our line's gonna hold up. That's another point that I'm gonna be looking at because I feel like our line did pretty solid outside of Chuma Edoga because his ass, I don't need him out on the field no more. I'm just disturbed. He doesn't need to be playing tackle. Let him play guard. I don't know. I don't really want to kick Tyron Smith out of guard on any level. I want Tyler Smith to kind of just stay at the guard position. But it's been talk about moving him out to tackle. And it just sucks that we got to keep doing that type of crap. Like I don't like playing musical chairs with my O-line. I've never liked it with Dallas, and it's never looked good, and it's never been successful for us. So hopefully the plan is with all braces, and I'm going to pray about it too, that we can probably get that true starting five out there, man. And that would be obviously looking like Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, Tyler Beadish, Zach Martin, and the one and only Terrence Steele. If we can get that like that, man, I feel really good, like really solid. I feel like we actually have production in the run game a little bit a lot more actually than what we did just yesterday. And then I feel like the passing game will solidify itself too because it'll give Dak a lot more confidence in his pocket and a lot more time to attack the air. But that's been my thoughts, man. I'm not going to hold y'all long. Like I said, I work crazy hours. So I'm about to be obviously putting something in my belly, getting in the shower, getting clean, and getting ready to head back up to work for a new day. It is a new day, and we can all be good and happy this week. We ain't going to brag too hard because, they like to hate on us when we brag because we're the Cowboys. And this is how the world gives Jerry his money, by hating us. So keep hating. Keep making Jerry rich. We in here, we good. We ain't going nowhere. DC for life, man. The Coleman Cowboy. I appreciate y'all, man, for my thoughts, my mindset on the game. We are okay. We'll be better as long as we continue to elevate. It's all about elevation. Offense is going to elevate, and we're going to do better. I feel that. Because just to jump from the Cardinals to the Patriots, it was a good enough jump for me. It was a good enough jump. And, I mean, the Patriots doesn't necessarily have a great offense. But if you look at the flip of things, their defense is pretty. I mean, Bill's a defensive guy. You feel me? Understand that, guys. Like, Bill, he's also a Dallas Cowboy, too. Well, we ain't going to get into that. But he's a defensive guy. So that's big, it's crucial. And if you can't walk away with nothing, man, walk away and tell yourself this. My defense put together with my offense and my special teams, we were able to come away and give Bill Belichick his worst loss in 29 years. I can take that on any day. That'll make a rainy day a sunshine day. So I'm cool with it. I'm very, very, very cool with it. Hey, bigger things to come. Our points are looking good. Our stats are looking good. I will get another video in here for sure. And during that video, we're going to be talking about whatever injuries may come, current injuries that we have going on now, and injuries that may be and will be affecting the game ahead of us for San Francisco. And then we'll be talking about that game against San Fran. So, hey, y'all have a good time, man. Y'all enjoy y'all nights. I don't know what y'all do at night. Me, I'm about to go to bed. So, that's been my time. I appreciate y'all, man. The Coleman Cowboy. Ho! And I'm gone. Well, how y'all feel?
How about these Cowboys?
I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. I'm him.